that you're hooking up with a few rent boys is out there allegedly to be seen by the world, and that you may have been indulging in a few things you didn't want to. I say go, Keith Vaz. He said, let's get this party started. Look, he was having a party in his pants.
Again and again, day after day.
I never had poppers before. What do they work?
You've never had poppers?
Have you had poppers before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't use them. But I like giving it to people, that's nice. We don't have any coke.
You can arrange it.
I don't have coke.
But you said last time...
Yeah, that was ages ago. We have to give notice, get it brought up, all this stuff.
What notice you have to give?
Well, I could ask somebody else.
Obviously everyone would, would let me.
What? What?
If he's going to do it.
He'll let me know.
No, I can ask Romanian if he could bring it.
All right.
But,
How much is it going to be? Oh, he knows someone to give it to him. What did he say about buying something?
Yeah, but
he can buy it and
if
give him the money.
if you can't get the drugs, then obviously he won't come. Yeah, I mean, he knows that he's not getting paid. So if he's come, just tell him that we was talking about you because you said you're going to give us £100.
I'm just going to make it dollars.
Dollars?
Did you see my text? You better change it.
Oh,
I got
so you need to
$70.
give more than $100.
Dollars? That's like what? That's like £60.
That's where it's not.
No, I'm going to give you £40 as well. He was okay. He forgot the condom, no. I know a condom.
Oh, you have condom?
Yeah, but it didn't come.
Okay.
How did you know if he had any, I don't know,
I didn't know.
STD?
So these are industrial washing machines I sell.
Sorry?
Oh.
Industrial. For hotels.
For hotels?
Yeah, not little ones for caravans.
I thought you were supplying for the with the shops and stuff.
No.
How big are they?
Like the size of this wall.
Oh, really?
What's your name, by the way? Jim.
What?
Jim.
Tim.
Jim. J-I-M.
Look up Grinders, who's in the building. There
What?
must be someone else in the building. You need to get this party started.
Entire private life has been made public, that you're hooking up with a few rent boys is out there allegedly to be seen by the world, and that you may have been indulging in a few things you didn't want to. I say go, Keith Vaz. He said, let's get this party started. Look, he was having a party in his pants.
Again and again, day after day.
Mara Cohen is in Westminster. Tamara, welcome to you. There are some people who shrug their shoulders when allegations like this surface and say, OK, it's his private life, it's got nothing to do with his role as a politician. Andrew Bridgen is not shrugging his shoulders.
No, he's not, but it's interesting that particularly the financial allegations have been raised by the Conservative MP Andrew Bridgen, whose constituency is nearby to Keith Vaz's one in Leicestershire. And he says he wants Catherine Hudson, the Standards Commissioner, to investigate Keith Vaz. She polices a code of conduct for MPs, which includes financial dealings, declaring all their interests, and a sort of rather vague definition of bringing Parliament into disrepute. We don't know if she will launch that investigation, but Andrew Bridgen says he will be writing to her today, and also to the Charity Commission. This is over the specific allegation in the Sunday Mirror yesterday about how these male escorts were paid. They say that 2 payments of £150 were made by an individual linked to a charity that Mr Vaz founded called Silver Star, which raises money for diabetes. So we'll see if those investigations continue. So far, Mr Vaz has not said categorically that he will step down from his role as chair of the Home Affairs Select Committee. He's held that role for 9 years. He's one of the best known figures in Parliament. He's been an MP for almost 30 years. But the Home Affairs Select Committee has recently announced an inquiry into the laws surrounding prostitution. Mr Vaz says he will meet up with the other 10 MPs on the committee tomorrow to discuss his future with them before making a decision. He has also hired a lawyer to look at these allegations, who will be reporting back. But the Labour leader, Jeremy Corbyn, says that he believes this is a private matter.
OK, Tamara, thanks very much indeed.
Labour MP Keith Vaz is facing a possible investigation by the Common Standards watchdog over claims he paid for male escorts. The Sunday Mirror reported that the married MP met the escorts at a flat in North London last month. He's indicated he'll step down as head of the powerful Commons Home Affairs Committee tomorrow.
But you did mention there that you are a member as well of the Home Affairs Select Committee, and so I must ask you, in that role, whether any of the committee members have had any contact with Keith Vaz this weekend, whether you've spoken to him at all about the revelations.
Well, I haven't spoken to him, but we will all be speaking to him at the private meeting of the Home Affairs Select Committee that we will be having tomorrow.
The House of Commons standards regulator about allegations he paid for the services of 2 male escorts. The Conservative MP, Andrew Bridgen, says he plans to write to the Parliamentary Standards Commission about Mr Vaz's conduct.
We need a full police criminal investigation into Mr Vaz's affairs. I think that we need a parliamentary standards investigation. I think there's also questions for the Charity Commission over Silver Star and whether that was being used to fund rent boys. But at the end of the day, I think Mr Vaz has historically and currently brings Parliament into disrepute. I don't believe he's a fit and proper person to be a Member of Parliament.
Well, that from Andrew Bridgen there. Well, our political correspondent Tamara Cohen is in Westminster, and of course Mr Vaz chairs the influential Home Affairs Select Committee as well, Tamara.
Yes, that's what much of the criticism has focused on, this perceived conflict of interest between what we heard about in Sunday Mirror yesterday about male escorts and Mr Vaz's role running this very influential committee. He's had that job for 9 years, which grills Home Secretaries about government's policy, including in areas such as prostitution and drugs policy. Now, what Andrew Bridgen, the Conservative MP, has said is that he wants Catherine Hudson, the Standards Commissioner, to investigate Mr Vaz's conduct. She enforces a code of conduct for MPs, which includes their financial affairs and whether they are perceived to have brought Parliament into disrepute. He also wants the Charity Commission to look at the allegation in the Sunday Mirror that payments were made from a diabetes charity, which Mr Vaz founded, to these 2 men. Must be said that Mr Vaz does have his defenders who say that this is a storm in a teacup. That's what Peter Tatchell, the gay rights campaigner, has said. Jeremy Corbyn, the Labour leader, has also said that this is essentially his private life and he does not seem to have committed any crime. Theresa May was also asked about this matter while she was in Hangzhou for the G20 summit, and this is what she said.
I have always been clear throughout my political career that I think what is important for people is that they feel that they're able to have confidence in their politicians. And that's what I think we all have a duty to provide for those who elect us. What Keith does is for Keith, and any decisions he wishes to make are for him. But I think that overall what people look for is confidence in their politicians.
Well, a bit of an ominous answer there, but essentially she says that it's a matter for Keith Vaz whether he steps down from that committee. Keith Vaz has not said categorically whether he will or not. He says he's going to be meeting with the other 10 MPs on that committee tomorrow to discuss his future with them and essentially, as the Prime Minister said, see if they have confidence in him to carry on. He's also instructed lawyers who said they'll be looking over the allegations, and he says he's troubled by the claim that the 2 men were paid for this story.
All right.
What you make of the revelations about Keith Vaz, whether or not you think he can continue as chairman of the Home Affairs Select Committee, and whether or not, if you were Labour leader, whether or not you'd withdraw the whip from him.
Well, Ben, I'm not going to get into this at all. I think this is something that Mr Vaz has made one statement upon and will make some more, as I understand it. I don't think it's, for me, as a contender in this contest, to comment on it, so I'm going to leave it there.
Private life has been made public, that you're hooking up with a few rent boys is out there allegedly to be seen by the world, and that you may have been indulging in a few things you didn't want to. I say go, Keith Vaz. He said, let's get this party started. Look, he was having a party in his pants.
Again and again, day after day, say for certain that there was no cover-up. They said that they couldn't come to a conclusion, and I put to them that the jury was still out, and they agreed, because of the shambolic nature of the record-keeping at the Home Office. We have to accept what they say. This is going to carry on until we have a proper, thorough investigation, which we hope the child abuse inquiry set up by the Home Secretary will achieve.
I mean, Julian,
and frankly, Theresa May has not had a good week. She's not had a good set of policies. I admire her work. I think she's been a pretty good Home Secretary. But over this child abuse process, this has gone horrendously wrong. Yes. And I'm afraid she may well be making the same mistake again, because we heard compelling evidence from the survivors' representatives that they wanted a fresh look at the terms of reference. They wanted a fresh look at the panel, and they wanted to be
You're
consulted.
talking about the Wolf
Exactly.
Butler Schloss inquiry.
So, given all this, well, the ex-Butler Schloss inquiry, given all this, I think a pause is required where the victims and survivors are properly consulted, as they were in Australia, before you get to the next stage. Otherwise...
Greville Janner, Baron Janner of Braunston, QC, Labour peer, and for decades the MP for Leicester West, claimed that Lord Janner was also an abuser.
The Labour MP, Mr Greville Janner, was said in court in Leicester today to have sexually abused a boy in a children's home over 2 years. Mr Janner's lawyers said they'd advised him he couldn't say anything at this stage because the matter was still before the court.
Greville Janner?
And when the police then interviewed him under caution, he offered them no comment and no written statement. As an MP, however, he could say what he liked in the House of Commons. Statements made using parliamentary privilege cannot be tested in court.
There was, of course, not a shred of truth in any of the allegations of criminal conduct made against me.
His colleagues in the House accepted his denials and sprang to his defence.
All of us in this House, I'm sure, will wish to pass on to his wife and family our good wishes in their terrible ordeal over the last few months.
There are questions for Labour too, and chief among them is this one. Did the party protect the reputation of Greville Janner while ignoring the children who alleged that he raped them?
Neo.
The year 20XX. When we last left Megaran, he was forced to make a very difficult decision. Didn't know who to trust. Sometimes the uncertainty of life can lead one in a very strange direction. And now, Megaran and K. Murdoch present Forever Famicom. Yeah. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Is he insane? Probably. All the above. All of the scrubs and gamers right beside he. What do you know? What did he do? Come back to the lane where he gained his most fame by rapping about them games. He was ready to quit. The first was a one-shot deal. Then the big wigs got word of the style and the skill. Now everywhere we go, people ask him the same exact question. When you gonna do some more gamer rap? So what we gonna do right here is go back or forward. I'm not even sure. I'm losing track. Somewhere between tomorrow and yesterday, a new chapter begins, so wipe the rest away. When we last left Megaran, he was in a quandary. Rubber tried to talk to him, he said don't even bother me. He was caught between a hard place and a rock, and was starting to lose his faith in the doc. Doubting his purpose, lost faith in the lot. Walked off, never solved the case, so it's locked. Still had mega dreams of escaping the block, but he had to prove no one was taking his spot. Then he met a man, his name was K. Murdoch. Played a couple tracks for him and they were hot. With the vibe that strong, inspired him to put the blue helmet back on, make some new rap songs. But what do you know, it wasn't a foe that he was used to chasing down. They attacked the industry, promoting and marketing music that was tepid and bland. Had the rep for the fans, got on stage and stepped in the stands. So I won't come back to Robot City for a minute, cause I got a new fight and every intention to win it. Dig it, swing it, now come on, pick up the paddle. We got a water when I get equipped for the battle. Yeah. So what we gonna do right here is go back or forward. I'm not even sure, I'm losing track. Somewhere between tomorrow and yesterday, a new chapter begins, so wipe the rest away.
What is a tree? Does anybody know just what they are, just how they grow? What do they need, and what do they do, and what are they used for, and by whom?
My methods take heads back like saying Beckett. Respected for the angle I bring to the game, so my name resonates and reverberates. Play the game till I get the service safe like the murder rates. My intellect gave me a lot of respect, but you haters need a muzzle for the side of your neck. If you about progress, we gotta connect. Tech cash like funds coming out of your check. Yeah, we trying to get that global acclaim. Take over the game, had the whole world knowing the name. Kyle with the beat on, Saran with the heat on. Rap until infinity and beyond, we on. Another level like 7th gen, we never been scared to force feed, cast that medicine. Plug your headphones up and let us in. We used to get it in, blowing no connect the pins. Sip the fruits, then we take it to the trunk. Branch from jazz to punk rock the funk. The seeds of the leaves that blow through the trees, and thus the completion of the world tree. It started with the fruits, then we take it to the trunk. Branch from jazz to punk rock the funk. The seeds of the leaves that blow through the trees, and thus the completion of the world tree. I'm like Colt Seaver, but don't tote heaters. Don't smoke neither, CD, no features. Left the block and beat all the odds. Who the boss? I left John Charles in charge, so we felt the growing pains through the slowing lane. Give me a break, I'd overdose Novocaine. Perfect strangers, never did know a name, but now we bosom buddies, cause family matters. Moonlighting as a 30-something rapper, it's a different world, they say you won't be a factor. Cause the rap game's like a full house, everybody want a dynasty since the greats rolled out. The wonder years is long gone, need a new heart to compete, or you got a strong arm. We got family ties, life goes on, I stand on the dome, but we still hold on. Started with the roots, then we take it to the trunk. Branch from jazz to punk rock the funk. The seeds of the leaves that blow through the trees, and thus the completion of the road trip. It started with the roots, then we take it to the trunk. Branch from jazz to punk rock the funk. The seeds of the leaves that blow through the trees, and thus the completion of the road trip. In the beginning, it started with the DJ. He looped the breaks so we could hear the beat play. But while it played, the B-boys danced and the poppers popped, left the crowd in a trance. Eventually the party started to grow, so they needed someone to control the flow. A cat picked up the mic, and that's when it happened. He started scatting, and later it was called rapping. Then it got bigger than they ever imagined. It turned into street education and fashion. And now the little shorty say it all the time. And a whole bunch of them swear they know how to rhyme, but the mystery is the history, and with it the weak is inconsistency. Cause back in the days it was all good fun. Might mention the gun, but nobody had one. And now they say it's out of control. A tree grew in the Bronx and it's spread across the globe. Too big to knock it, too thick to chop it. Tell me who profits, we can't even stop it. Started with the roots, then we take it to the trunk. Branch from jazz to punk rock the funk. The seeds of the leaves that blow through the breeze, and thus the completion of the real tree. It started with the roots, then we take it to the trunk. Branch from jazz to punk rock the funk. The seeds of the leaves that blow through the breeze, and thus the completion of the real tree. That's the real tree. That's the real tree. And thus the completion of the real tree. When you're feeling kind of small, grow on this to get full like. The future is now, a new day begins. What looks so bright is now dim and grim. This is my story, and my name is Ken. You might remember me from my past life, king of the street fight, but it all changed last night. I've been retired for a couple of years, and then I switched gears, tried another career. I was a lab tech. This employment brought enjoyment. I wanted to improve life instead of destroy it. My partner Troy went ahead with a plan to create better life for man. And with our invention, any climate man could withstand, even increase strength in the legs and the hands. With a small dose, you see huge results, and with a big dose, you could lose your pulse. The plan was there, but we never got to try it. See, a formula got jacked by space pirates. I walked in the door, a quarter after 4, to see the formula gone and Troy on the floor. My first thoughts was to head for the exit, cause the solution hadn't been fully tested. Troy said, hey yo, you gotta catch him. So began the hunt for the cytoplasm. Round 2, fight. they stole from me. And they killed my homie and stuff like that, that'll turn me back to the old me. I had to fight fire with fire, had to regain the training I had before I retired. But I upgraded for 2010, bionic arm and upgrades into my skin. Traveled the galaxy for what seemed like years, traversing every planet and every frontier. I got a new clue in every place. Luckily the cyberplasm is easy to trace. Everywhere the crook went, he left a clue. I wasn't sure if that was what he intended to do, but I was hot on his heels until I heard a strange voice telling me to leave, and that I made a bad choice. At the same time I felt indescribable pain in the same spots, the bionics in my frame. But I ain't gonna stop, cause y'all know my background. Ken's never been the type to back down. Feel I'm getting closer, the voice is getting louder. Although I'm in pain, I feel increases in my power. And everywhere I went I learned a new trait, new talent, new skills that would seal their fate. So I kept moving, hoping the culprit might slip. Then on planet 29 I received a hot tip. I was close, I knew it. Only thing left was to grab the formula and avenge my man's death. Main sorta like a hurricane, I was getting bored with rap and found another lane. We all struggling, but I'ma keep the cannon cocked until I reach that mother brain. High jump boots, various suits, crew attack doing backhands in the booth. Truth Ventorian, play 'em like accordions. Couldn't even afford it then, but I still brought it in. NES raps, wish I would've thought of them. Energy tanks is full, man, we sure to win. If I never sell a million records, or I never would've been respected, I still put my life on the rhyme skill. Barefoot walking through the minefield. Long as it's in me, I'ma spit like a semi-automatic till it's empty, and I swore never to forget what I rhyme for. Leave it on the floor. If I never sell a million records, or I never would've been respected.
That you're hooking up with a few rent boys is out there allegedly to be seen by the world, and that you may have been indulging in a few things you didn't want to. I say go, Keith Vaz. He said, let's get this party started. Look, he was having a party in his pants.
Again and again, day after day,